Hello, everybody, and welcome to this live stream. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday so far. I hope your weekend has even been better than your wonderful Sunday. And I hope your weekend has been better than your week was prior. So, all of these things, I'm kicking things over. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can get a little closer here. All right, so how are we doing today? Adam Gilsdorf, how are we doing, guys? How are we doing? Stevenson MD. We got a doctor in the house, guys. Okay, so if you guys have medical questions, drop them in the chat, and a doctor will be able to answer them for you. Morning and ditto to you. Nicky Jam, buddy, hello. Hello. Mythical Meter, good afternoon. That sounds lovely. So, yes. And we're going to get into some terrifying, scary stuff here soon. But I'm also going to not throw anyone under the bus. We will let them throw themselves under the bus. So I don't have to. But what are you guys doing today? What is the plan for Sunday? What are the fun things that you've been doing? I'm just trying to wake up. I've been up for 3 hours now, and it's been really, really hard to be awake right now. Sorry, Matt. I was here waiting with a brew, then realized it was milk and water. I forgot the coffee. Gross. Yeah, fix that. Like that should be fixed quite quick. I do instant coffee a lot of the time because I just don't have the fucking patience to actually make coffee. And there are times when I'll like boil a kettle and then just pour the water into the little remnant of the last cup of coffee I had, and I'm like drinking it, and I'm like, ugh, oh, this is really bad. How did I fuck this up so bad? And I never even put like new coffee in it. Went off and fixed it. Midas instant too. Yeah. Also fighting Nightbot on Adam Gary's poetry stream. Oh my gosh, is he streaming right now? Adam, are you streaming right now? How can you be streaming right now and be here? I kind of screwed the pooch there if I'm going at the same time you're going. No, we came to join you. Oh, okay. Okay. As long as it wasn't like a dueling pianos thing, that would be kind of silly. Adam, you cut your stream off? Don't do that. Oh man. Just give me a heads up. Like typically when I'm on my game, I stream on Sundays at noon. That's usually what I try to do. Sometimes it becomes 12:30. Sometimes it becomes a little later. Last week I was way off and I didn't start until 5 p.m. And that showed when we talk about like training audiences and like meeting expectations and shit like that. Like for years, I streamed at noon on Sundays. And then if I stream at like 2 on a Sunday or 3 at a Sunday, I completely do not have anyone in my stream. It's very weird. Jeff, hello. Lauren, hello. Are you still in Santa Monica? What is happening? Where are you? Not Jeff, Lauren. And it's 3:30 for me. Yeah. So like we're talking West Coast time here. But got my smokes, got my coffee, got my coconut water, got my fruit medley. You flew back to Baltimore yesterday. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. A hop, skip, and a jump from me, and then you just get on a goddamn airplane. Ugh. It's okay. It's okay. I'll just make you hang out with me when I'm in Baltimore. Not a problem. Oh, I missed all of these. Okay. No, his stream was ended as his began. Okay, so okay, cool. And yeah, don't pass out. Stay awake. Like have some coffee. Okay. Um, yeah. So again, I've been talking to people. So I think the first week of May, so May 1st through that first weekend, I think is going to be in the Philadelphia area. And then um, I'm not 100%. I need to like just cross some T's here since we're getting close to it. Then I think I'm going to be in the Baltimore area for about a week before going up to like Boston area. Um, oh, cool, Jeff. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, because that you were saying that you think that's the Wednesday, like Wednesdays, right? That could work. JH, what's up? Yeah, but I really want to take a train, and I don't remember if I talked about this on a stream or not. I was talking to somebody about it, but I basically want to take a train from here to the East Coast and have a little car and or like a little room or whatever and just fucking type and slowly move across the country and look out the window and see a bunch of dirt and I don't know, sights. And if there's any places where I could like stop here and there and just like kind of take in some shit, have lunch with some people, stuff like that, I would love to do that. But apparently, trains don't work on your whim. And so I've been having kind of a difficult time booking my own train. So I'm going to have to actually talk to the people at Amtrak and try to. So this is Monday's problem. We're going to try to like figure out how to make all of my dreams come true without making me completely broke. So we will see how that is. Yes, the Poetic Anarchy tour. Shaylin was calling it. What was she? She kept saying Poetic Anarchy across America, and I'm like, whoa, that's big. Like that's a lot of words. Um, Matt, when you hit Philly, try Jim's Steaks, cheesesteaks, and birch beer. Now, here's the thing that I don't understand about Philly. Philly has an enormous amount of places that claim to have the best Philly cheesesteak. Am I correct in that? And if that's so, how the fuck do you know where the best Philly cheesesteaks are? That sounds awesome. Like people living in cruise ships only on land and on the rails. Yeah, I've never done a train for more than like a half hour. So like kind of living on a train, and I know there's internet and stuff like that on it, but for some reason it seems like it would be me completely unplugging from everything and just like working on this novel and putting the poetry collections together and just getting work done and having a change of scenery. Um, okay, yes, but Jim's is my brother and my favorite. He's lived there for 3 years. Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, then I will definitely try his PAOA, Poetic Anarchy across America. If they can do stuff like people eating their way across America, why not poetry? Yeah, that would be cool. There is Oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget it. And I know I've talked to you guys about this before. There is a group every year, I think during the summer, they take a train. I want to say from New York to LA. And they stop in every major city and do like a poetry event in each place. But I don't know how that works, and I already forgot who organizes it, and I can't remember the name of it. So I have just decided that I'm absolutely no help. But I will say this sounds more like something that would work on the Euro rail. I have done that. That is something I have done. I went from Vienna to Amsterdam, and that was awesome. I really did enjoy that a lot. There was a lot of stopping and having to get off and, like, wait in train stations for, like, ridiculous amounts of hours while you were waiting for your other train, but, God, that was a fucking 100 ass fucking years ago. For anyone watching in Germany, your, people who check passports are fucking terrifying and woke me up out of a dead sleep, and I think I saw a gun. And I did not like that. That scared the shit out of me. Um, could have done. It could have done with a bit of a softer dialect waking me up. And I don't know why there was two of them. I don't think you needed two people to wake me up. That was fucking terrifying. Let me see. Oh my god, do it on the Orient Express. See, now I know the Orient Express is something that happens, and I know the Orient Express has been running forever with probably no problems. To me, it always seems like a bad thing because the only things I know about the Orient Express is the murder on the Orient Express and the Johnny Depp Amber Heard problem that happened on the Orient Express. Um, hmm. Oh, and Johnny Depp is involved in both of those things. Interesting. I see what I did there. You don't have to get the cheese spread. I don't. You can get provolone, etc. Mm. Oh. Philly cheesesteaks are gross. They use that Velveeta cheese crap. Okay. What I will say in defense of Velveeta cheese crap, um, Velveeta is not good. But when you are drunk and there is like a fondue thing with a bunch of chili in it, with some of that shit in it, and you're like dipping corn chips and big old hunks of bread in it, that's good as shit. So um, I will give it that. Uh, yes. Um, oh, that's good to know. Yeah. The other thing that's weird is that I notice, and this is probably not accurate, and this just happened to be all the places I went to. But when I was in San Francisco, I would be in all the different districts, whether it was like the Mission District or North Beach or whatever, and like all the different little like Italian areas and different Latin food areas and stuff like that. Every place was still selling fucking Philly cheesesteaks, and I don't understand how that transcends um, certain ethnic foods. I didn't get it. Um, so if anyone has ever had that shit, like let me know. And the AO and the PAOA. Oh man, I'm getting confused now. Could be stylized as the anarchy symbol between the P and the A. Yeah, definitely. Let's do some stuff like that. Yeah, bro. I also don't get onions. I do mushrooms and green peppers when available. It's not concrete. Well, you got to do the onions. Come on. Um, onions and peppers are greater than mushrooms. I know I said it. I'm sorry. Um, Let's see. If someone takes a dump on your bed while you are on the Orient Express, you will have good writing material. That sounds good right there. I might just take that and run with it. Wouldn't be the first time. But see, that's the thing. You got to decipher between like spiteful dumps on your bed and ones that happen because you were being dirty and then accidents happen. There's a fine line there, guys. You can't just start like just assuming anytime someone takes a crap on your bed that it was a bad thing in spite. I thought onions and cheese spread were what defined Philly cheesesteak versus just a steak and cheese. Oh man, I'm getting so confused now. What's the difference between a Philly cheesesteak and a steak and cheese? Are there like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich that isn't cheesesteak but steak and cheese? Is this like macaroni and cheese and macaroni? Oh, I love green onions, but anything else I get a stomach ache. Oh, that's too bad. I don't know what I would do if I got stomach aches from onions. Fuck. That would be a really difficult shit. That would be fucking one of the most horrific things ever that I could possibly think of. I really thought because I used to eat a ton of dairy. And then I'm like, you know what? I just don't want to. And I wasn't like I was getting sick from it. I just decided that I wasn't going to do it a lot. And I thought that would be the hardest thing in the world because, like, my four favorite things in the world, okay? Pizza, quesadillas, shit, I forgot the third one, and lasagna. What was this one? I don't fucking know. But it was cheese something. I love cheese, but I realized that I don't love it that much. And that was kind of one of the cheeseburgers. Duh, stupid fuck. How come I couldn't think of that? Like steakums. What the fuck is a steakum? That sounds like something that's like a legit thing. Okay, you guys have to educate me on a bunch of stuff. Cheesecake? Oh, cheesecake's fucking delicious. That's the bird, Matt. I don't get it. What's the bird? I'm so fucking confused now. I don't know where to start or where to end. Okay. Well, we have 3 likes right now. If we could get a few more likes in here, I'll start talking shit about Etsy. Break them thumbs, guys. Crack them. Crack-a-lack them. Steakum is homemade frozen steak sandwiches. You flipped us off when listening. Oh, I did? I flipped you off. I'm sorry. I probably did it on purpose, but now thinking back, I apologize. Philly cheese. Here, I'll do it again. Okay, there we go. Philly cheesesteak and a steak and cheese is the same. The only difference being Philly in the name. Oh, and did you guys know? Like, I used to know the story about Philadelphia cream cheese. That's not really from Philadelphia. That's weird. And you don't put Philadelphia cream cheese in a Philly cheesesteak? That actually sounds amazing. Like if you spread the toasted bread with cream cheese and then do a Philly cheesesteak. Oh man, I just came up with something new. Or maybe that's not new. Maybe that's exactly what happens. I don't fucking know. Okay, so what I wanted to do, and what's the big thing in Boston? What's the big thing to eat in Boston? Bookish, hello. Because the big thing to eat in Baltimore is soft shell crab. Is that right? Am I doing that right? Because like on the East Coast, you guys have the whole Old Bay thing that like we don't really do on the West Coast. So tell me more about that. Sounds weird. Cream cheese doesn't go on it. Yeah, that does sound weird. Okay, so Etsy. Let's talk some shit. Okay, so for Boston is clam chowder. That's right. I've heard of Boston cream buns. No idea if they're from Boston though. Well, I know Boston cream pies, but I don't know if that's a Boston thing. And is a Boston cream pie the same as a Boston cream bun? Because this is also sounding delicious and sexual, but I'm in for whatever's happening here. Lobster is big here. Okay. Crab melts. Oh my gosh. You can do it exactly like that. I've had cheesesteaks like that. Okay, then that sounds amazing. Oh, dude, I'm so fucking hungry now, and I'm eating fucking dried fruit like some weird, I don't know, child or aardvark or something like that. Okay, so Etsy. Now, I had a talk with someone whose name I'm not going to mention because they said they were going to talk about this too. And I think that they totally fucking should. But because I talk about this a lot and people do some of the things that I do as like, oh, you inspired me to do this thing, I feel like I need to share this with my audience here. Okay. So one of you put out a chapbook, and congrats for everyone who's putting out their own stuff. I think that's awesome. They put it up on Etsy, and then they got a email from Etsy saying something like your account needs to be verified. Scan this QR code and go to Etsy and okay, let me see. Hey, I spoke about it on both my streams, brother. You could tell about. No, this is not your idiocy at all. Okay, this is not at all. This is not this. This is a fucking scam. Okay, so the email then says scan this barcode or scan this QR code and it'll take you to the website and blah 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 blah. You do this thing and it takes you to this thing, and then you realize, my God, I've been fucked. And then you get your thing saying, hey, your passwords are now in a data leak and blah, 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 and all this other shit. And then you start panicking and think the world's falling apart, which it might be depending on like how much stuff you have available for theft. So these are the tips I have for any of this shit. Okay. Here you go. 1, don't ever fucking check your email. It seems like the quickest possible way to get fucked is opening your email. I know that sounds crazy, but again, I have 27,254 unopened emails in my Gmail. I'm not saying you need to go that far, but I tend to not open my email if I don't know exactly who it's from. And then even then, it takes me a little time to get through emails that I want to open. Second, if you do get an email from like any company you're working with, that number seems low. If you do get an email from anyone you work with, whether it's Etsy, eBay, Amazon, PayPal, Venmo, who else do we play with here? Whatever, or your bank or whoever. Whenever you get an email from anyone and they tell you you need to do something, what you need to do at that point is to not click through the email, but go into the website of whatever. So if I got that email from Etsy, I would not do anything through that email. I would get off my phone, get on my computer, open Etsy up, go into my shop, and see if I have a notification saying I need to do something. If I don't, then that means that was phishing or malware or gonna fuck me somehow. That's the next thing. If the company you're talking to has good customer service, which Etsy does not, that is why this scam with Etsy works so well, because Etsy does not have customer service that you could call up and talk to. They have this thing where like send us an email and we'll get back to you within 48 hours or some shit. And that is a huge flaw with Etsy. But anytime Etsy needs you to do something, they will have it as soon as you go into your shop on the homepage. Like it'll be like in a little like like rectangular banner at the top, like usually in red, like you fucked up, fix this or else kind of shit. Um, so make sure you do that. Um, so don't check your email. If you do check your email, don't click the email. And then actually check the site. And if there is a customer service thing that you could talk to, do that. Just a heads up, these messages were actually sent through the Etsy website inbox feature. So please be aware of that, folks. They had the Etsy logo as their profile picture and as their username. Okay, so let me get this straight, because like I know that there are certain things like if you have PayPal, for instance, there used to be, I don't really see them as much anymore, but there used to be a ton of PayPal scams where you would get these emails from PayPal. And so the message you got came through Etsy Messenger or you got an email. If like, let me know which one that is. But back to this whole thing, like they use the whole banner. Okay. So it'll be the same banner at the top of the email, but the email address is going to be something like PayPal at 7892 IO86 fuck you .com or something like that. So anytime that's a thing, don't do it. Don't respond to it. Don't do anything. Delete the email or hit spam or do whatever you do with stuff. The email address should always end with the company site. So it should always say Etsy.com or PayPal.com or Amazon.com, anything like that. So customer service at blah, 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 info at like PayPal.com or something like that. What is the other thing that happens? If you guys get text messages, if you ever get a text message from PayPal or from Etsy or from anybody saying, respond to this number because you, whatever, like you need this thing or something like that. Check your email and see if you have an email that says the same thing, because most places only send a text out after you have not responded to the email. The other thing is, and this is like kind of like entry level shit, but if your name, say it's Adam Gary, okay, since I just looked over there right now, it'll say, hey Adam, blah 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 blah. If your email says hey valued customer, or hey shop name, or something like that, that's probably not from the company either. That's scammers doing shit. Let me see. So I think they had a buyer account and they inboxed me through Etsy messaging feature. In that message, they had an image that said, please screenshot this QR code to finish your verification process. But because their profile pic was the Etsy logo and they made their name Etsy Helper, I fell for it. Now, did you contact Etsy and let them know that this account was doing that? Because that's the other thing I don't understand about Etsy, because like getting an Etsy account, like a verified Etsy seller account, is a lot trickier than doing a normal like account somewhere. That's the whole thing that's like really bizarre to me. Amazon Amazon's been a big one to text you as a scam. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we're gonna get back to some cream pies here in a minute. I know we got away from this topic, but Boston cream pie is barely ever eaten up here. Most places don't have it. Okay, well, now that we fixed that all up, that's good. Yeah, you could get those everywhere here. It's so fucking weird. Adam says, I'm not sure how, but they have some kind of bot installed because they messaged me as soon as I listed a product, which is why I was more convinced. Um, Nick Jam, I think that has a factor here. It's not so easy to set up a scam account. There's okay, I got to get past that heart. Um, so there's more implicit trust of messages received. Yeah. And Adam, did you fixed all your passwords and all your accounts and stuff, right? And nothing fraudulent has happened on anything. I might have thrown my phone into the ocean if that happened. Like if my phone was the thing that suddenly like destroyed my life. I don't know if I would ever trust my phone again. I didn't bother to contact them. I went on their Trust Pilot and saw some terrible reviews about contacted their customer service, so I figured I would just leave it. Not the best attitude. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely like send them an email explaining what happened, because like those accounts need to be like shut down like as soon as anyone knows they exist, because that's awful. If anyone here has a Shopify store, I would be interested in hearing if there have been any kind of scams like that through that. Yes, I changed it all. I crapped myself because I got locked out of my channel for a minute. That is something that freaks me out. And the members will know this. I posted a video that was a super angry rant video I did like a year ago where I kept getting phished to get my account information for my YouTube channel. And at the same time this was happening, and like it was kind of obvious that it was like phishing stuff, but at the same time this was happening, YouTube was sending out all these emails saying, be careful, like people are getting phished. Don't do this, don't do that. And all these big YouTubers were getting locked out of their accounts. And then the their AdSense shit was being transferred to another bank. And as soon as they would report what was happening, the person who hacked into their YouTube account would then delete all their videos, just to be a fucking dick. Like, you already won. You already got that money, like, fuck off. Like, why do you have to delete all the videos? Let me see. The internet is like the new Wild West. Feels totally unregulated when it comes to scams, etc. I think a lot of it too is because like there's different countries with different laws and different things that could fucking go down and happen and shit. So when you don't have like international internet law, like somebody from a different country could start scamming someone in one country and know that nothing will ever happen to them for doing it. So that's the thing that makes it super weird. Businesses and sites don't seem to be accountable online like they would be in real life. Oh, fucking preach. That's the fucking truth. That is the fucking truth. Shopify just doesn't seem very accessible for those that are blind slash visually impaired. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Let me ask you this. What site do you think has been, like, cutting edge as far as, visually impaired persons that, like, other sites could, like, take note from and better themselves with? The videos are proof of whose channel it is, so they delete them. The videos are proof of whose channel it is. Well, no, I see what you're saying, but, like, the reason why they're getting into the channel is to get the money off of the AdSense, and if they delete the videos, then they're not getting any money. Because for a lot of these people who've been locked out of their accounts, like, months go by, and then they usually delete the videos, like, right when they're losing control of the channel. Because when you say, like, "I got locked out of my channel, and now somebody else is in control of my channel," um, like, because of how stupid everything is, like, there's, like, a review process that takes, like, a matter of days, and so when that happens, that's when the deletion becomes a thing, I guess. I don't fucking know. I was just, back when all this was going down, a bunch of people were making videos about it. So crazy, I changed everything as soon as I got the data leak notification, so I'm hoping I was able to act fast enough, so fingers crossed for me. Um, not many. Etsy was the simplest. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you just have to be careful, and, like, I don't want to, like, make everyone terrified of everything that's ever happened, but just assume every email you get is a fucking, like, somebody trying to fuck you, and, like, just, like, hit the steps, like, is this actually written to me? Does it sound like it's written to me? Does this sound like what do you call those? A form letter, or does this sound like something legit to me? What's the email address from this? Let me go to the site and without clicking through the email and see if any of this checks out with that. Um, and then final straw, talk to customer service and report it. Click no links. Yeah, seriously. Like, it's kind of like abstinence, guys. The best way not to get an STD is to not have sex. So, when you get an email, just think of not having sex, and that will keep you as safe as possible. But I mean, if that came in through the like messenger thing on Etsy, I don't even know if I've ever used the messenger thing on Etsy. Now I'm not even gonna fucking try to. I had similar happen to my Spotify. At least the assholes only got 1.5 songs streamed for free before I managed to get my account back. That's cool. Yeah. At least I've heard creators say this is happening. Okay. Click no links. No click November. Yeah. We shouldn't wait till November to keep ourselves safe. But yeah, that is a fucking thing. So now that we know how dangerous Etsy is, everyone run over to my Etsy shop and get my new chapbook. What the fuck is happening? Oh my fucking god. What is fucking happening? Um yeah. Yeah, so again, these are poems that were written in March of last year and March of this year that show a what do you call it? A progression in my writing and my well-being over the course of a year. Um So that was actually kind of an interesting thing to look at, for me at least. So let me read you a selection. This is called She Fell from the Sky. It was more like 4 floors, but still, to the people below, it must have been a big deal. I just saw her as she left the 4th floor, through the floor to ceiling window. She had told me that I was overweight, but didn't notice that I had lost 30 pounds since my last visit. She told me I was a smoker, but I knew that. In fact, I was the one who informed her of this. She said it was a blood clot and that I needed to go to the ER. I insisted it wasn't. I asked her for the x ray. She said I would get one at the ER. I told her I wasn't going to the ER. She said that I had to because it was covering her ass. She said a lot of things in just a few minutes that pissed me off. I am not a doctor, but I also didn't throw that woman through the window on the 4th floor to the ground below. I am not a scientist. She is not a detective. She isn't much of anything now. And that is in no way an admission to any crime. I just want you guys to know that. Yeah. So there's all sorts of fun shit in here. Oh, thank you. Oh, this one's pretty gross. I could read that. You guys like gross stuff, right? Oh, that's a good one. That one makes me sad. Oh, that's a good one. That's new actually. Yeah. Oh yeah, these are all the new ones now. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Cool. This one is called My 45th Birthday. I had just turned 45. My legs weren't working. Appointment with surgeon downtown. Getting cut seems imminent. Waited on the street for my Uber. We argued over text, saying we were both there, neither of us finding each other. 10 minutes later, I was in the back, heading down Wilshire. As we slowed to a red light, I saw a young man sitting on the edge of the curb, his pants scrunched down round his knees. I briefly didn't understand, then saw the thick, fat, wide shit falling into a pile between his ankles. I looked up at him, his mouth agape, our eyes locked like magnets. His were bloodshot, red, glossy, wide. Mine just full of fear. He was frozen serene. The pile still growing was the healthiest shit I've ever seen. Not too hard, not too soft, not too long. My shit didn't look like that good. I'm either water, mud, or chicken strips. His was like perfect spongy dildos. This guy eats crap when he can even eat. Probably too high most of the time to even want food. And his excreta was perfect. I should make another appointment with the doctor. So that's fun. A poem about a old. Uh-oh. An old man. Good job, though. Yeah, Lauren does this awesome thing where Lauren will constantly remind me that I'm old. So, Lauren, thank you. Oh my gosh. Let me turn off the ding dong. Oh, yeah, that was terrifying though. That light was like red forever. And like, I don't know if it's like a guy thing, but once you make eye contact with somebody and they're not going to look away, you have to hold that gaze. Like you have to be the the alpha in that situation. Like I know you're taking a shit, buddy, but I'm not breaking my stare. We're going to do this until one of us feels uncomfortable enough to turn around. Let's see here. Because you are embrace it. Oh, well, I'm glad that that's what it is and not just taking the piss out of me. I can't do that. I even look away from my dog taking a shit. You're actually not supposed to take your eyes off your dog when you shit, I don't think. I don't even make eye contact with my dog when they take a shit. Jinx. Oh my God, you guys both do it. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, but the reason why dogs look at you when they shit is because they're super vulnerable. And they look at you to make sure that you're keeping an eye out to make sure nothing's going to attack your dog while your dog is in this vulnerable position of taking a shit. That's very interesting. I did not know that. And when I found that out, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Because I never understood why my dog will like spin in a circle and, trying to find somewhere to go. And then when that circle stops, it's like, yeah, look at me right here, right here. Yeah, look. But they're not looking at me to have eye contact. They're looking at me to make sure I'm making sure my dog is okay. Yeah, he just wanted me to make sure no one was gonna beat the shit out. Dude, that guy was so glossed. Like he was not aware of anything happening at all. I don't even know if he knew we were looking at each other. It was like his eyes were like painted glass. Probably should have put that line in the poem. It's probably the best metaphor I could have fucking used in that whole thing. But yeah, it was awesome. It was amazing. Good stuff. Yeah, I definitely need a change of scenery so I'm not writing about eye contact with people shitting on the sidewalk or jerking off. That would be awesome. I have to take off now, brother. Feeling a bit rough tonight. Have a great stream. Yeah. I hope that is not the last thing you hear before you go to sleep. So I don't know. Listen to, I don't know, Mazzy Star or something before you pass out. Have something a little lighter going through your head than what we were talking about. And I'm glad you got your Etsy shit worked out. So that's good. That's so funny that you guys both did the eye contact with the dogs thing. But yeah, so I also was told by a viewer that my Etsy link was wrong in some of my video descriptions. So instead of it being etsy.com/Matt Wall Writes, it's etsy.com/shop/Matt Wall Writes. So whatever, you have to put that shop thing in there. So Etsy knows that you're there to shop for something, whatever. Very, very silly thing. So, anybody else have anything to talk about before I try to watch day 2 of WrestleMania? When I read old work, I always think lines could have been better. Oh, that's your problem. Don't ever read old work and then think lines should be better. Read old work and go, "Oh, that's where I was at that point, and this is where I am now." And just be happy at your progress. That is the best thing to do. Because we could probably rewrite everything we've ever touched 100 times in between now and our death. So let's not dwell on stuff. My sister made an Etsy shop. Any advice? Yeah, everything we said in the beginning. Don't click anything, no QR codes, that whole thing. I know there are people on Etsy who do well when they pay for the like Etsy boosting and shit like that. I feel like when sites do that, it's like perpetuating bad behavior or enabling. But it's the game, and I guess some people do it, whatever. Um, yeah, but like honestly, the best advice for anything like that I could think of um, would be to just have a mailing list and have good communication on that platform. JH says there was a Mexican poet who rewrote the same poetry book over and over again. Yeah, and like fucking Walt Whitman rewrote Leaves of Grass a shit ton of times too. Let's see. Hey, been a minute. Just wanted to say hey. Not feeling great. So lurking. Oh yes, hello. Mosh Throsh. I think I probably butchered the fuck out of that. But yes, it has been a while since you've been around. How you doing? Lurk whenever you want, but do say hi every once in a while. That's nice. I like that. I read an old comment I left on Adam's poetry forum saying I'm a prodigy poet. I write, then want to set fire to it. I thought, wow, that's good. I must have stole it. Do you think you stole it? And if so, where do you think you stole it from? Okay, let's have some coffee. If it's still warm. Room temperature. It's it is room temperature, guys. Rewriting all my poems 100 times is my whole strategy. But then you know that 99 times you write that poem, it's not going to be good because you've already decided that it won't be good until the 100th rewrite. So could you put like at the top of when you're writing the poem, just put like rewrite number 100 and then just write the poem right the first time? My immediate thought was you. Oh no, you did not steal that from me. Yeah, I do not consider myself a prodigy. I think I've been doing this shit way too long to be a prodigy at anything. I think what I was a prodigy at was not knowing when to quit doing something. Like I don't want to say I'm too stupid to understand that I should have stopped a long time ago, but like when I first started doing all this shit, there was a big group of us that were all doing shit together, and I'm the only one who's still doing shit. So all of them were like smart enough to go, "Oh, this is kind of hard. Like I don't want to do this shit." And I'm just like dope and just like I don't know, touching a stove 100 times and letting it burn me. I have to go now, Matt, but thank you for the sound advice on Etsy scams. No problem, Chasey. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Let's see. It's better every time. I could write like that, but I could write like that. I would, but I'm doomed. Oh no, that's not doomed. That you're just a self-fulfilling prophecy when you say it like that. Yeah, that's okay. But like everyone does their shit their own way, and that's perfectly fine. There's no wrong way, or there's no right or wrong way to really do anything. I guess there is a wrong way. Like if you like, I don't know, wrote your poem in invisible ink and then lit it on fire, and then I'm like, oh shit, now I can't read it again. But like, there's not a right way to do anything. It's however you get your stuff out, however you get it out of you. That's the kicker. So I have this fruit medley, and it has raisins, banana chips, pineapple, golden raisins, papaya, and coconut. And then I put I added mango to it and a little more pineapple. So that's kind of fun. Chill, baby. How you doing? How are the pups? I think Chill Baby has more dogs now than I have poems. So there's that. Does anyone else think that pink wavy hand looks a bit off? That is a hand, right? Peeing a lot. I feel like I have 5 newborns. I wasn't asking how you're doing. I'm asking about the puppies. But a lot of urination, I guess, is good, especially if you're like dropping weight. I thought it had 6 fingers when I first saw it. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. It does look like there's a lot going on there, huh? Well, it's not attached to anything. Okay. And maybe it's the fact that it is a odd pink. Now, I hear you. I hear you. Oh man, the things we do. Oh shit, what's that supposed to be? Are those bunny slippers? What is that? It does look a bit off. I always wonder if it has a meaning I'm not aware of. Yeah, for real. I think it's just a wavy hand with, I don't know, like electricity coming out of the middle and ring finger or something. Or maybe that's just like my eyesight being really bad. I don't know. Yeah. This is all weird and strange. This is when the stream starts going off the rails, when I start pondering, like, why does this emoji look like this? Yes, after World War II, Churchill made the bunny slippers sign. The bunny slippers sign? Oh, is that a hand? Get the fuck out of here. I think you're fucking with me. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm glad the drum looks like a drum. Like all this other shit, like, I don't know. I mean, hands are hard to draw, but if you're like making emojis for Google, you should fucking know what the hell you're doing. Oh, there's that one. Yeah, that looks like a hand. I don't know what that other fucking thing is. I still think it's bunny slippers. That's what I'm going to stick with. Yeah, for real. All right, so we're gonna wind this clock down. Um, if you're worried about Etsy, do that stuff. It's what Alanis Morissette's other hand was doing. Oh, oh, oh. Is that the ironic song? Is that what that's from? I almost can hear the line. Got one hand in my pocket and the other hand doing bunny slippers. Got it. Got it. I'm caught up. I'm caught up. All right. Yeah. So, what the fuck is happening? It's on my Etsy shop that is completely secure and safe. Um, Lighting a cigarette. Yeah, with one hand. Okay, got it. So the bunny slipper is actually a cigarette. Okay, that's what that is now. For now on, everybody, the bunny slipper is a cigarette. Right song. Prose poetry. I found it and I'm really enjoying myself. That's awesome. Good. I'm glad you're finding something that you like. I like a lot of it, but I also get scared when I turn a page and there's just like a few little lines and stuff over here, and then you turn the page and it looks like the first chapter of Morrissey's book, where it was just like one like run-on sentence with no like paragraphs. Freaks me out. Of course I would. Lots of words and no rules. Yeah, that seems like perfect. Yeah, that is so right up your alley for sure. All right, guys. I'm gonna roll, get some coconut water, have some coffee, get the book, type hard, and I will talk to you guys later. Yes, Faulkner for sure. But then I don't know what any of those words mean. So that's where I get fucked up. Okay, bye.